I don't know. It works for me. Let me try again.
Did you see the one from Shelton? It says he's running late.
No, I didn't see it. How late?
Yeah, he says, I'm at the store running behind. If I am not there by 9:10, start without me.
Start without me. Okay.
I don't know how to introduce anything. I mean, who's going to do that now?
Oh, you could do the hosting.
No, I am totally unprepared. I mean, that's not nice to the guest or anything. God.
We can wing it. I'm sure we can make it work.
Hello and welcome to SimplyRadio. Our usual host, Mike, is held hostage at a store right now and is unable to make it, so I'm introducing our guest and our panel today, which is very small. It's Pia, and our guest is Kara Ford, and she is an indie filmmaker from the New York area. And she is the producer-founder of Boho Chick Productions. And I'll leave you to her, and she'll tell you about herself. Go for it, Kara.
Hi. I'm Kara. My brand new company is Boho Chick Productions. I've been making films for about 8 years. I started out with shorts, and I've progressed to feature films, and currently doing some post work on my directorial debut, which is a short. And that's about it. That's me.
And what would be the name of your film? And I noticed that on IMDb you have a film called Life's Passing Me By as well.
Oh yeah, Life's Passing Me By. That was that was a lot of fun. That was our feature film that we made. Seriously, on a shoestring. I'm talking about low budget. This was no budget. We made it for $700.
No kidding.
And,
$700.
$700, and that was mostly for the post work. We shot in 15 days, 15 Sundays actually, and only because the writer, director, co-producer has a computer brain when it comes to filming. He's been doing it for about 20 years, and he was able to just keep track of everything in his head, as far as shots go and what he wanted to capture on which days. And for locations, we begged, borrowed, and stole everything. And it was very community feel. We shot on a Thanksgiving weekend, and I made Thanksgiving dinner for everyone. So it was a very happy cast and crew. And we submitted it to some festivals, and we won a few awards for it. So it wasn't bad for $700 and 15 Sundays.
Not at all. I took a look at the little clip on IMDb from it, and I was impressed. I got a chuckle out of it.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a funny little thing. Yeah.
And so
you were the producer for that one, or did you do something else too?
No. Yeah, producer. But when you say indie producer, I mean you cover a lot of territory because you're usually wearing more than one hat. And so I did set design, I did costumes, props, craft services, you name it, I did it. But it was great, it's fun. Okay,
you said you have been doing short films for 8 years, and then you have a new film now called Heads or Tails, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's a short as well. When you're talking about your 8 years of doing short films, were they different, or were they in the same category as that one? Were they shorter, or?
Well, the short films that I've done previously, I produced. This is my directorial debut.
Okay. The other short films that you made, were they? I know you said earlier when we were talking that Heads or Tails is like 22 minutes or something. The other shorts that you made, were they shorts, or were they in the same category as that one?
They're actually much shorter. They're more it's a typical festival length, which is somewhere around 10 minutes, give or take a few minutes. The one I'm working on now, Heads or Tails, the rough edit is longer, but we are going to cut it down as much as possible to festival length so that we can submit it.
Okay. What type of festivals are you looking to enter this into? Or, there's like Oh, I don't remember the exact number right now, but there's like 1,500 different festivals every year in the United States, or something like that. So which ones are you aiming for?
Well, we're going to shoot for the top to begin with. So we're looking at Cannes, we're looking at Berlin, Venice, Sundance, New York Film Festival, Tribeca. We'll go for the top festivals first and see what happens. And if we get in, then, we're great. We'll just work our way down the list, so to speak, from there. But we really want to see how far we can get with it.
Those types of festivals, what do they require as far as short films go? Do they like the really short, micro shorts, or do they like the longer pieces?
Each festival actually will have their own criteria. I'd say most festivals will want 10 minutes or less, just so they can program it with a feature film. But every festival, you have to really check each festival out and see exactly what it is they're looking for. And you have to follow the submission process very carefully, because you can have a great film, but if you haven't submitted the required materials to the festival that they've asked for, then you're not even going to get screened. They're going to pass you by. So there's a lot to think about when you're submitting to festivals. You have to be very careful and make sure you give them exactly what they're looking for, including the time, the length of your film. I mean, people will say you can submit a longer short if you want, but honestly, if it's not the best 25-minute short ever in the world, I wouldn't submit it.
Okay. There are at SimplyScripts a lot of people writing shorts. Okay. In your opinion, what suggestions would you have for people that are writing shorts if they want to have it produced and in hopes that somebody will produce it and take it somewhere? What would your suggestion be for those people?
I would suggest that, especially for new writers, don't hold on to the words. It's more about the story itself. And you can tell a story with a lot of words or a few words, but you want to make it as concise as possible to get the story told. And even in the writing, if the character's not speaking, sometimes, when it comes to drama, the real drama comes between the words, when the characters are not speaking. So I would just say, don't hold on to the words too much. Let it be more about the story itself. Don't worry so much about how the story is told. Make sure it's your story and that it's told the way you want it to be told. But the language can be changed.
Say that a writer was interested in getting their work in front of an independent producer. What would you suggest would be the best way for them to go about such a thing? Or is that even a wise thing for them to try to do?
Well, it's absolutely wise. Network. Go to networking events. Go where producers are hanging out. Because producers are always looking for projects as well. So go where they go. Make friends with them. Make friends with everybody in the industry, because everyone knows someone else. They say there's that 6 degrees of separation. Sometimes there's only 2 or 3. And the other thing for a writer is if you're passionate about your story and you meet a producer and the producer doesn't believe in your story, go to the next producer. There are more. Don't settle. Go get what you want done. By the same token, a producer, if you have a script that you're not passionate about, then don't do it. Go to the next script, because like you said, there are a lot of great scripts out there. You have to find the match that works. But definitely a writer should definitely go wherever they are. Make friends. It's easier to get somebody to read your script if you're their friend, rather than if you're just, trying to give it to them out of the clear blue, because producers get lots of scripts every day. And there's no guarantee they're going to read yours unless there's some kind of personal connection.
If you're looking at a script that someone gives you to look at, and actually to consider it for production, what sort of things do you look for in that script? Is there specific types of prop usage or locations or the amount of characters, or what sort of items would you look for to say whether or not you think you could produce it?
Personally, I'm looking for the story.
The story.
The props and the characters and the locations. For me, those are secondary. I want a really good story. Everything else can be worked out.
I had a question then. In your experience, and especially with these like bigger or the top festival, in your opinion, what types of stories or shorts are they looking for? What genres and that sort of thing?